Hello my friend, I hope you and your family are doing really well today and you're keeping healthy and safe as always. So throughout the video, if I don't mention anything that I put on my face before filming, it will be listed in the description box down below, and it may or may not have affiliated links, but you're free to use it, but you don't have to if you don't want to. So today's palette, I am using the Tarte Glamour palette that I got during the holidays a few years ago, and I have been really trying to test out the formula if I like it enough to keep it. I have already used it 3 times already, so this would be my 4th time using it today. So I wanted to come on here to talk about the movie Jurassic World Rebirth that I was fortunate enough to see, I believe it was a week ago already, and I just wanted to come on here to share my thoughts about it and what I thought about the movie overall. So the first shade I'm taking is called Fringe, which is a light pink color. So to give some background of how much I know about the Jurassic Park movie series, I feel like I have quite a bit of history watching all the movies. And so when I found out that Jurassic World Rebirth came out, I had no idea that it would come out this year, just because they did announce that they were doing a new movie, I believe a few years ago, and I just didn't know that it would be this year, so I thought it was like a good surprise that I saw that it came out for this summer. So overall, I really loved the casting that they were selected for this movie role for the characters, and they are completely new and different from the previous movie. So I believe there was no reappearance of the characters from the past. Like sometimes they do get the original actors from Jurassic Park to come on with the Jurassic World series, but I believe for this movie there was none. And I was so surprised too, like I did not see Chris Pratt or Scarlett Johansson. They weren't involved with this movie. Oh no, that's my mistake. That was not Scarlett Johansson. No. Her name is Bryce Dallas Howard, and she's the one that played with Chris Pratt. So yeah, it was her, this one. This actress right here. But no, it's Bryce Dallas Howard, so my apologies. So right, for this new movie, there was no reappearance of actors coming back for this film. I was surprised that Chris Pratt did not guest star, but I guess because this movie was a completely different scenario, story, was like with all new characters. So like the basic plot for this movie was an organization that wanted samples of the dinosaurs. I would say like, I think maybe their blood. They wanted that for money, so they went to a location where they have like a huge museum dedicated to the dinosaurs. And so for the lead boss, he was reluctant of having that agreement unless he were to come along, and I don't know, like I feel like he had a role of identifying where the dinosaurs might be. But I definitely know that he did not want the money to do it. I think he just wanted the experience of seeing it himself. So I think that's why he agreed to do that for them. And so along the way, they get to meet a small family, and overall they tackle different obstacles with their interaction with the dinosaurs, and it's quite intense. Throughout the whole movie, there's not a moment where something does not happen. So throughout the movie, there's definitely not a moment where something does not happen, because in Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, there's something always going on. And that's what's fun about the series. It just keeps you watching and see what happens next. So next I'm going to take this shade called Graphic. It's like a green shade. And one thing I really love what Steven Spielberg does for these movies is that he does do the producing for all of these movies. So he has a say of how the story goes and what happens. And I just think that he does a great job with having classic film scenes being reciprocated or almost like kind of repeated with the new films. So like when you watch the original Jurassic Park, they definitely include like a classic scene of, so I would say like with the scenes, they definitely vary between each film, but there's always like that spark of knowing that you have seen that scene before but in different characters. And so that's what makes it pretty fun. It's very chaotic, very suspenseful, but it's so fun to watch, like what happens in the end, like how they're able to escape the main dinosaur that's like really huge, and it's just causing havoc and destruction. I'll definitely say like with this movie, with the main huge dinosaur, it looked like an alien to me. It didn't look like a dinosaur, it looked like an alien, and it was pretty ugly. I had to say myself, like I did not like the way that it looked, and it was just very different with the previous dinosaurs that have come into play. That one was definitely new, for sure. And I would say, like, another thing that I loved about the film is that they don't forget to include humor into it. So, like, whenever you see, like, you know, the different scenes throughout the movie, they include, like, some silly moments into it, and it just makes the movie a little bit more fun to watch, aside as that it's really intense. So I had fun watching it. I thought that they did a good job with not making the film as long as it's supposed to be, because I know that sometimes with some films it kind of goes on, but like with the Jurassic series, it's definitely not like that because it has a plot, and the plot definitely does make sense, and I would say it's not that confusing with what the characters are trying to do. But I would say for the film, it didn't really make sense that they were trying to collect almost like the blood samples from the dinosaurs. I believe that they were trying to get 4. And so throughout the movie, they will get one and then store it in their case, and so on and so on. So like when it came to like the end, well, you'll have to see what happens to it, but I just feel like when it comes to life and death, it's really important to have that versus your life. And that was like really emphasized with what the characters were going through. They really wanted to have that back, coming back from the Jurassic Island. I just feel like it was not really necessary to have it that way. So the next shade I'm taking, okay, so this next one I'm taking is called Gleam. It's like a silver shimmer. So yeah, overall I do recommend that you go watch it if you are a fan of the movies of the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World series. I'll just say it's just completely different from what it's been like before. But I would say everything is pretty much the same with how intense it is to watch it. I feel like that's what makes it fun to see these kind of movies. You don't really see too much of something that does not happen. Like when it comes to dinosaurs, it's just like everything is really... So yeah, I feel overall it's very straightforward with the movie series, and I definitely feel like they could go on forever. I think it wouldn't have an ending because there's always something new to introduce for the series, and this was definitely one of them. It was completely new in terms of like the characters, the storyline, the plot. I love that they always keep the same music behind the music background. That one's always the same. Okay, the last shade I'm taking is this one. That one's called Clink. Okay, my friends, so this would be my finished look. So I feel like if you really love the Jurassic series, I think you should go watch this movie. You won't be disappointed. I just feel like there's not much to say unless you go see it for yourself, because when I do these kind of talks, I feel like I just want to give you like my first impressions of what I thought, but without saying what happens in the movie, because you would have to see it for yourself and see what you think of it. But I think it was not a disappointment. I think that they did a really good job with providing a new plot and overall, like, kind of staying true to what Jurassic World and the Jurassic overall series is like when you're familiar with it. Personally, I'm not a fan, but I'm a fan enough to go see every single one that they have came out with, and so far with this one I thought it was good. So thank you so much for coming by to see my video, my friend. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day or night, whatever time you're watching. May God bless always, and I hope to see you soon in my other video whenever I upload it. Bye for now.